Hello friends, welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Rachel. I'm a reseller on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. Today I am doing a what sold video. I'm sharing my top 15 sales from week 1 of February 2024. So if you want to see what sold for me for the most money this week, definitely stick around. So I almost didn't do a video for this. I was going to maybe do a 2-week update next week, but I got a haircut. So, I had to do a video while the hair is nice because I don't do this on my own. I don't take the time. I don't have the energy. And so while it's pretty, we might as well make a video. I posted a video at the beginning of the month about some changes I was making to my reseller business. And so long story short, I'm not listing anything new until I do a full inventory audit. So I thought it'd be interesting though to see what sold this first week of February when I have not listed anything new. I have done 0 new listings. I'm only just selling off and packaging up what sells and doing my inventory audit with the remainder of my time. So these are my top 15 sales. I will share with you what sold, how much it sold for, what platform it sold on, how much I paid for it, so that if you're a reseller, this will hopefully help you maybe get some ideas of things that are selling well for me, maybe help you make some decisions when it comes to your sourcing of things to pick up, items to look for, places to get your stuff from. So if you like content like this, certainly consider subscribing to my channel. I do these updates at least a couple times a month, weekly, bi-weekly, whenever I really get a chance. Life is crazy over here. I have a 10-month-old daughter. But I get these videos out as much as I can. I love sharing with you my results. And hit that like button if you could. That really helps out the channel a lot as well. And of course, comment down below. Let me know your best sale of February week 1, 2024. And also just let me know how it's going in general for sales for you. Like I said, I'm not doing any new listings, so it's difficult for me to gauge what it would normally look like because I do think my sales have been a little slower because I haven't been putting up new listings. So let me know how it's going for you. So for the first week of February, I've made a total of 69 sales on the 1st through the 7th. That's a little bit low for me. I am a volume seller and I do typically sell 90 to 100-ish, sometimes more per week. So this is a little bit low. And like I said, I haven't listed anything new, so I'm not necessarily surprised. But it looks actually like Poshmark is running the show this week. My last video, the one I made last week, almost all the sales and definitely the highest sales were on eBay. So it just goes to show how it can fluctuate week to week and really the importance of posting on multiple platforms. So here we go. Number 15 is the Dream Pant from my Everlane pants box. These were a size small, new with tag. These were listed, these are from one of my older Everlane pants boxes. So these were listed about almost 90 days, but they sold on Poshmark for $40 by offer. I paid $12 per pair in that box. So 12 into 40, I would say that's a pretty decent sale. Also, I have a ton of Everlane pants that, like you can see behind me here. There's some down here. I'm not listing anything new till I finish my audit, so they're all just waiting to be listed. If I can move out some of the Everlane pants that I already have, that is wonderful. So no complaints there. Next up, a pair of Madewell jeans. These are the perfect vintage jeans in a size 23 petite. And I talked about this in my last video about how small sizes are selling really well for me right now. And here we go. I sold a pair of 23 petites. These are from my Boutique by the Box, J. Crew, Madewell, women's denim box. These were listed about 2 months. Okay, so they were listed 2 months. They were a $43 eBay sale. Somebody sent me an offer. I did go ahead and accept it. So 2 months, not bad. I'm not disappointed with a $43, $15 into $43. Still pretty good to me. And again, because they were a smaller size, I went ahead and took the offer because, sometimes they end up sitting. So next up, a pair of straight leg crop pants in black from Everlane, from another Everlane bottoms box. The second one that I ordered recently, actually. So these were only listed a week. My cost was $12.82 per pair, and they sold for $44 on Poshmark by offer. So I think I listed them for $50 and sent that 10% off with discounted shipping. So that was a really quick sale, 12 into 44. Next was the Denim V-neck wide leg jumpsuit. This was in my Helpsy Madewell secondhand box, which is coming up on 90 days here. These were listed just under 3 months and they sold for $45 on Mercari. Now, based on comps, I actually listed these a lot higher, I think at 70 or 80. Plus, if I'm being honest, that box needed all the help it was going to get. But it had been sitting for a while at that point. I love selling on Mercari the most, quite frankly, even though it's probably my lowest volume-wise. I sell the least on Mercari, but they take the least amount of fees. So I'm much more likely to accept a lower offer on Mercari because they take less fees. So the $45 offer that came in on those, I was happy to accept. Next sale was actually from my Helpsy. I ordered one of those fall, winter, spring, summer boxes from Helpsy stores recently in December. I did not do an unboxing video on this because I kind of knew ahead of time based on my other fall, winter, spring, summer boxes I had ordered in the past, that it just, most of it was either going to go to buy, sell, trade or ThredUp. I wasn't going to actually list it myself. I think out of this box, I think it was like a 50-pound box and I ended up listing like 4 things myself. So the rest of it got sent off. So this one though, I do want to mention in case you ever see this brand, I did not know this brand until I looked up comps. It was the brand Eve Gravel, which I think maybe is an Anthropologie brand, but what prompted me to take a second look at this jacket was that it had one of those barcodes on the tag, which indicates to me it was like a rental piece, like maybe a retired Rent the Runway piece or some other service like that, which when I see that, it prompts me to look at it because chances are it was pricey and that's why people rent it. So anyway, my cost per piece on that box was $2.47. This was listed about 9 weeks and it was a $45 Poshmark sale. So if you see this brand, Eve Gravel, it may be potentially worth looking at. Obviously look up comps on the piece that you have, but it was a new to me brand. So hopefully you learned something today about a new brand as well. Next up, there was the Way-High jeans in coal. These were black. They were a size 26 long. From my Everlane bottoms box, number 3. I think I ordered, I don't know, 3 of these, 4 now. $9.63 per piece on that box. Don't ask me why the 2 boxes I have were different prices. It just happens that way sometimes. Maybe I had a coupon or it went on sale or something. But these were only listed a week and they sold for $48 on Poshmark. Somebody sent me a $48 offer, which of course I accepted. Next up, this was the Mykonos one-piece swimsuit in black. It was from Andy Swim. My cost per piece was $8.50. I bought an Andy Swim box from Helpsy right at the end of the season, and that's been the gift that keeps on giving all winter long, let me tell you. So $8.50 into $50. This was actually sold in a bundle on Poshmark. Here's another Andy swimsuit. This was a collaboration with the brand Fan Man. It was really pretty. It was a white swimsuit with like blue embroidered flowers. This one sat for a little while. I listed this one though like way high. I think I listed this over $100 based on comps. And I guess because whatever designer it was collaborated with, this one was worth a little bit more, or at least it was like the MSRP was a little bit more, but it didn't sell right away. So somebody on eBay offered me $50 and I did go ahead and accept that. So that one was about 90 days to sell. But I still think, being that I only paid $8.50, a $50 sale, it's still very reasonable to me. And instead of letting it sit here, I just opted to go ahead and accept the offer. Then I had a pair of Way-High Draped pants in tan. These were a size 4 short from my Everlane bottoms box. These were actually new without tag. So most of the stuff in those boxes are new with tag. Every once in a while, I get some that are new without tag. Maybe the tag fell off or whatever. So I listed them as new without tag. These sold on Mercari after 3 weeks for $54. Those Way-High Drape pants, I can sell those usually pretty high. So I usually list them around 50 or 75 and I accept offers. I'll usually, if I get an offer in that 50, 60 range, I will accept. This one was on Mercari. Again, the fees are lower, so I did go ahead and accept somebody's $54 offer. Here's another swimsuit that was sold in a bundle. This is the Tulum one piece, size medium, $8.50 per piece. Again, took about 90 days in a bundle. This one was a $55 Poshmark sale. I love that I can sell swimsuits in the middle of February. I can't get over it. I didn't sell swimsuits for the longest time because I thought, oh, they're only going to sell in like May, June, July. That is 100% not true. I swear I've sold just as many swimsuits in January and February as I do during the summer. So very, very excited for the swimsuit sales in the middle of winter. Next up, there was this snap front vest. And this was from Madewell, from my Madewell J. Crew outerwear and sweaters box from Boutique by the Box. This one was $16.20 per piece. And this one was listed about 10 days. And it was a $55 Poshmark sale. So $16.20 into $55. These Madewell J. Crew boxes from Boutique by the Box, you pay up a little bit for them. But sales like this make them very worth it. And I would rather pay up and make a nice profit, a decent profit, than to have a low cost of goods and have things sitting or sell them for $10 or $15. It's not as worth my time. So I've really been liking those boxes from Boutique by the Box. Next up, we have the 90s straight jeans from Madewell, also 26 petite, small size. This is from my J. Crew Madewell women's denim box, $7.65 per piece on that box. And this was a $60 eBay sale. These took about 3 weeks to sell. So again, they weren't here very long, and that was a decent sale for sure. All right, top 3. This will be a spoiler alert because I filmed the unboxing video for this and I haven't even shown it to you yet. But this was in the Lululemon secondhand box I got from Helpsy. They're now selling that 25-piece secondhand Lululemon box instead of those 5-piece by size boxes. So I decided to try one. I do have the video coming up in the next week or so. But this one did not have a size tag. You could tell it was a small size, but it was a very recent style. It had to be, just by looking at it. But there was no pockets, no size dot. And I actually got a lot of offers on this. It's one of those items that you list it and you immediately get lowball after lowball after lowball, to the point where you don't accept any of them because you're like, okay, if I'm getting this much interest this quickly, I'm not accepting a lowball. So I paid $14.94 per piece on that box. And this one sold in just 3 days. And it was ultimately a $65 Poshmark sale. I think I listed it at $75 and someone offered me $65. So that one I did just go ahead and take. Number 2 on the countdown were these Harley wide leg pants in purple. These were from my J. Crew Madewell tops and bottoms box. $8.55 per piece from that box. That was from Boutique by the Box. This was only listed about 6 days. Yeah, this was 6 days. And this one, story time, I listed these at $75. That's really where I list those Harley pants, the Way High Draped pants from Everlane. Those are quick sellers. They get listed at $75. These were new with tag and they were size 8. They didn't have any flaws. So that was my price. Somebody offered me $48 and I did not accept $48. I counter offered $68. They didn't accept my offer. They just like let it go. And then like 2 or 3 days later, that same person offered me $68, which is what I offered them like 2 days before, which I then accepted. So I am glad I didn't accept the lowball offer on that one. And it ended up being number 2 on the countdown. And number 1 on this week's countdown, February week 1. And my number 1 biggest sale was a swimsuit. This was Andy Swim again, $8.50 per piece. This was the Elwood one piece in the color lava. And this one sold for $68 on Poshmark. It was part of a bundle also. $68 was the allocated amount for that. So I did have it listed higher, but still $8.50 into $68. Like I said, that Andy box is the gift that keeps on giving. So that is my top 15 for week 1, February. I am still in the thick of my inventory audit. You can see back here, all of these boxes now have letters. So we are in the mix, getting things done. I would say I'm probably halfway through, if I had to guess. Not bad, considering we're only in week 2. And I have actually been sort of vlogging my progress. So I do hope that once the month is over, I can give you like a big compilation of my end-to-end, how I did it and what each day looked like for me. You know, it's been holding me accountable, I guess, to film a little bit every day of what I'm doing. So I encourage you to look forward to that if you're interested to see how I'm doing it, what I'm doing, and how long it's taking me. When I started the process, I had about 1,200 active listings. So I think right now, a week in, I'm down to about 950. So that's between getting stuff moved out of here and selling things, not listing anything new. So very, very excited to show you that in a few weeks. So make sure you subscribed if you like reseller content, if you want to see that video, if you want to see more weekly updates, I've got it all coming your way. And hit that like button on the way out if you could. That certainly helps out my channel a lot as well. That is it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video.